Hey everyone, Once Bitten here with another Beastmen battle report. So this was from last weekend. It was my fourth game of the day. Just a crazy number of games in, and playing a Dark Elf army that, if you watch my reports, you've probably seen before. So using my exact same list, it's 2200 Blood and Glory. Starting at the right, he's got some Harpies, Dark Riders, crossbows with a level 2, I believe. Got a bunch of Witch Elves with the Cauldron of Blood, Battle Standard Bearer behind him. Then a unit of Blackguard, big unit of Warriors with his General, which is a level 4. And then on this other flank, he's got more Harpies and a big unit of Shades. So on my far right, I set up my chariot so that his Shades wouldn't get behind me. So I had to be 9 inches from the side, but he has to be 12 inches away from me. So I put him right on the edge so that at least if he put him over there, I'd be able to charge him first turn. Anyway, then I've got my unit of 25 gore with my level 4 with Shadow and 2 level 1s with Beasts. And that little piece of terrain is the Herd Stone. So I'm bunkering them in a unit right now, and then I want to move them out so that gore unit can get up in the fight. But right now, that's what it is. Anyway, then I have a Best Gore unit. The Best Gore unit has my General as well as my Battle Standard Bearer. Then I've got the Jabberslythe, my big unit of gore, and then over here I've got a Chariot doing the exact same thing, trying to keep Shades from showing up behind my lines. And I put a Razor Gore over here so that he couldn't line up at all on my side, which is kind of overkill with what the Chariot was doing, what the Razor Gore was doing. But I placed one, and then I, realized it was unnecessary, so I placed the other. So anyway, that's his battle line. And I was looking at that too, and I'm thinking, I don't know if my list can beat this. I mean, it's a good solid list. It's a good solid player. It's a beautifully painted army. I really didn't honestly have an idea of how I was, how I was going to beat him. One thing I am thinking though is that it's Blood and Glory. So he's got 3 banners. Let's see, he's got 4 banners and his General, so that's a total of 6 points. So I really just need to get him down to 2 points. So if I kill his General, that's 2, and I just need to kill 2 units with banners. So I'm thinking kill the General, take care of the Warriors, and take care of the Witch Elves, and stay the heck away from the Blackguard. So it's kind of what I was thinking. So anyway, I move up a little bit. That piece of terrain in the middle is, I forget, it's some kind of swamp, but basically if you move through it at all, you're going to take dangerous terrain tests. And I hated separating my troops, but I didn't really know how to avoid that otherwise. So just me moving up, we go to Dark Elf turn 1. For the most part, his battle line stays stagnant. He uses his Harpies to try to, get it to where I can't charge anything juicy. And then he plays around over here with the Shades, bringing them up to shoot at my Razor Gore. Now that obnoxious looking hill is a scree slope, and he marched on it, and it looks just by marching that he lost some Shades. I don't remember how big that unit was, but I think he lost some marching up on it. So here's just some close-ups. Now because of these Harpies, I'm hesitant to pull my level 1s out of the score unit. So yeah, kind of a hassle. He picks on my Best Gores a little bit, kills a bunch of them. 5, I believe. Puts a wound on the Razor Gore, and we move to Beastmen turn 2. So if you look at the top right, my Chariot on the far right side charged his Dark Riders, and they fled, redirected to the Harpies, and failed my charge. The Jabberslythe, I used him to charge those Harpies. I didn't want to use that Gore unit because even if I won and then redirected, I think I was going to get dual charged by the Warrior unit, the Blackguard unit, or even if not, I would just get charged with a Blackguard unit, and I don't think I would last long in that combat. So I thought I'd be clever. And this, if anybody thinks that I may have been breaking a rule in my plan, let me know. But my thought was the Jabberslythe should beat him, and afterwards, if I overrun, and if by moving in a straight line I would contact the Warriors, and if I roll high enough to meet them based on that straight line movement, then that means I can just declare a charge against them. But I don't think under 8th edition rules that means that you have to move in a straight line. So my plan was declare a charge, if I roll high enough, then declare a charge against that unit and get corner to corner with the general. That way, I know my Jabberslythe is going to die, but at least I might be able to assassinate his general and get 2 points off of his total of 6 points. So, not a wonderful use of the Jabberslythe, but that's what I was thinking about doing. Over here, you can see I moved my level. Well, you can't really tell, but I moved one of my level 1s out. It looks like I kept the other level 1 with that unit. Not sure what I was thinking, but as those harpies were concerning me a little bit. There's my unpainted Jabberslythe. The only reason I'm not painting it is because I can't think of how to paint it so it would look good, so it's sitting there unpainted. So we charge. The Razor Gourd declares a charge against the Shades. They do a stand and shoot, put another wound on them. The Chariot charges them as well, and they flee. So then after combat, I was like, oh no, I didn't roll high enough, and so I'm just sitting there I got his harpies off the table, and it's going to cost me 300 points of a Jabberslythe. But the Jabberslythe I love the model. It doesn't have a whole lot of wonderful uses, so it's just gonna what it's hopefully going to do is make it so that I can get a charge off on him and be able to charge 1 unit, not 2, and not have to deal with 2 units. We'll see how that works out. So anyway, we go to Dark Elf turn 2. If you look at the left, he just charges the heck out of that Jabberslythe, puts the warriors in their face, puts the Blackguard in their flank. Otherwise, on the right, you can see he's just messing around. He flies his harpies over my Gore unit to threaten my level 1. He rallies his Dark Riders and moves them up. Now, when I saw this my opponent doesn't know anything about the Jabberslythe rules, and I wasn't hiding rules from him, but I didn't really go through all of them because he didn't ask. I didn't think about it. But so the one bright spot in this is that every time you do a wound to the Jabberslythe, you take a strength 5 hit because of it. And so I was looking at that Blackguard with 2 attacks each, re-rolling, high strength, and then during his magic phase, he put a hex on the Jabberslythe to lower his toughness. So now and then I let it through, and I'm like, he's going to do a ton of wounds. I know there's no way he's not going to do 5. At that point, I want him to do as many as possible and kill as many Blackguard as possible through that spurting bile blood or whatever. So that plan was not that I saw ahead of time, but look what it did to the Blackguard unit. I think it's the best use of a Jabberslythe that I ever saw, or not that I've seen many, but just took out the unit. I mean, they did so many wounds on them. They had their rerolls, they had their strength versus very low toughness, and just obliterated them, and he just spewed bile blood all over them and took them out. So that set up a lot of other options. So here on my turn, Chariot charges the Dark Riders in the flank. He didn't flee this time, I think maybe because he didn't think I would make it. More importantly, I went ahead and charged these 2 units into the warriors because I really think that my Gore unit, which is going into the Blackguard, has a very good chance of winning that combat and overrunning into the flank. And I just want as many combat res points as I can. So, because if I can take out the Blackguard, that's 1 banner. If I can run down that warrior unit, that's a banner and his general. So between those 2 units, that's 4 points. That's the game. So over where most of my army is, nothing really matters. We go to this side. If you look up top, his Blackguard killed several of my guys. I do have the +1 strength and toughness, which really helped. But I wiped out the Blackguard, easily overran into the flank of the warrior unit. And then after combat, they weren't steadfast. I easily won it by a bunch. He failed, and my Chariot was able to run him down. And with that, that's the blood and glory. Boom, game's over just like that. So just a really weird game, and really, just chalked up to my opponent not knowing the rules of the Jabberslythe. If he did, he just, he probably just wouldn't have charged him with the Blackguard. The warriors would have taken care of him, and then things would have looked much differently. But I have to admit, I derived more pleasure than I should have when I saw the Jabberslythe absolutely take out 2/3 of a Blackguard unit. It was just awesome. The Jabberslythe is such a worthless point sink. Um, but anyway, it was kind of fun doing it that way. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it.